Hey, good morning, 3rd through 5th grade math. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I hope you had a great Star Wars day yesterday. If you're into such things, may the 4th be with you. Cinco de Mayo today happens to be on Taco Tuesday. So I don't know about your family, but we'll be having tacos today to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, or just because it's Tuesday. So I felt like you guys are stuck inside. It's a beautiful day. So I thought we might all go on a field trip. And where are we going to go on a field trip? Well, we're going to go on a field trip to my house. I happen to live on a farm. We don't have that many animals and I don't really grow anything, but we live on 30 acres and I thought it might be fun to take you on a math field trip. We're going to sneak a little bit of math in too. And then after this, we'll go back inside and do our lesson. All right. Let me turn you around and I'll have you meet some people. All right, there's nobody here right now, but if you listen closely, you can hear a whole bunch of birds and an airplane. You can hear a whole bunch of birds. We have a hummingbird feeder that they like. Our cherry tree is starting to bloom, which is awesome. All right, let's go meet these guys. This is Goatee and Brady. They're brothers. They are, instead of having dogs, we would love to have dogs, but these guys can stay outside. This is Goatee. Hi. And this is Brady. Let's get them something to eat. You guys hungry? All right. Guys hungry? They each get a cup of food. You can't overfeed goats. They like to eat before you even put it in their dish. All right. Don't forget to pray before you eat. All right. So, we have 2 goats. Try to remember that. When it's nice out, we have a lot of exciting things to do here, like swing, jump. Hey guys, what's 6 times 7? 42, you're right. Balance. Hike. Swim, but not quite yet. We're ready for our fire tonight. Hey, what's 8 times 8? 64. Good job. Many a frisbee and soccer game has been had here. And in that barn right there, we have a bunch of bikes. All right, let's go meet some more animals. That's our garage. It used to house livestock, but not anymore. All right, the girls are up. When I first started our field trip, they weren't. Hey girls. These girls get a lot of love, especially from Cassie. She takes them out for field trips all the time. Hey girls. Hi. Gonna go lay some eggs? All right, at one time we had 5 chickens, but now we only have 2. Okay, so how many chickens do we not have anymore? That was an odd way to say it. So subtract. 5 minus 2, 3 are gone. All right, guys, this is our fancy cat door. We have 2 cats. They're brothers also, just like Goatee and Brady. We have 2 cats and they live outside. They like to live outside. We actually got them from the shelter and they're barn cats. Some of you guys may remember they were stuck in our basement for a little while. So they are very much enjoying being able to be outside. A lot of times they live underneath that barn, but they go in there to eat and to drink. So, and they help take care of mice because we live on a farm. And with farms come mice. So here's a simple story problem for you. We have 3 different kinds of animals: goats, chickens, cats. We have 2 kinds, or 2 of each kind of animal. How many animals do we have altogether? You got it. 6 animals on the Blair farm. Hey. We also have basketball. Oh yeah. Hey guys, if Mrs. Blair makes 5 shots and only gets 1 in, what fraction of the shots did she get in? 1/5. You got it. Hey, thanks for coming on this little field trip with me. I'm gonna head inside, make some coffee, and do your math lessons with you. See you soon. Well, hello again, 4th grade. All right, so today we're going to talk about finding averages. Averages, the other name for averages is finding the mean, okay? Not mean, but mean, which means the average. And then we're going to talk about dividing by multiples of 10 for tomorrow's lesson. All right, so you might know something about averages, something that you just got in the mail, your report cards, okay? So during the school year or during a trimester, your teacher takes, let's say quizzes. Your teacher takes a whole bunch of quiz grades, and then at the end of the trimester, she adds them together and then counts how many quizzes there were and divides the total number, when she adds all the quizzes together, by the number of quizzes that you took. Okay, that's called the average. Okay, so if you have an A average, it doesn't mean that you got all A's. It means that you got mostly A's and they all average together to become an A. Okay, you may, if you got a B average, you may have gotten some A's, some C's, mostly B's. Okay, but when you add them all together and divide them by the number of quizzes that you took, it comes out to a B. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, so if someone says to you, I need you to find the mean, it's the same thing as finding the average. Okay, so right here I have 4, let's say these are 4 test grades. I have a 99, a 76, an 82, and a 100. Okay, so I'm gonna add these together. Well, let's help me. It's 9 plus 6, 15, plus 2, 17. All right, I'm gonna carry the 1, 1 plus 9, 10, plus 7, 17, plus 8, 25. Carry the 2. 2 plus 1, 3. Okay, so added together, those grades come out to 357. Now, obviously it doesn't have to be grades, but that's what we're talking about right now. So total 357. All right, so in order to find the average grade, I need to divide 357 by the number of grades that you took. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 grades here. So I'm going to divide 357 by 4. Okay, so how many times can 4 go into 3? Let's move over. How many times does 4 go into 35? 8. 8 times 4 is 32. Okay, what's my next step? That I have my list of steps right there. Subtraction. 35 minus 32, 3. Okay, compare, it's smaller, so I bring down the 7. Okay, how many times does 4 go into 37? 9 times. So 9 times 4 is 36. 37 minus 36 is 1. There's nothing left to bring down. So remainder 1. Okay, so 89 remainder 1. So the average of 357 is 89 remainder 1. You can also say it's 89 and 1/4. So that would also be 89.25. All right, so the average is numbers added together and then divided by the number of numbers. Okay, all right, so let's look at page 404 in your book. Page 404 says, how do you find the mean? Like the median and the mode, the mean tells what is typical of the numbers in a set of data. The mean is sometimes called an average. To find the average, all of the items are combined and divided equally. The diagram at the right shows that 5 is the average of 7, 4, and 4. Okay, so if you take those blocks and you make them all into even blocks, okay, so you take some from the 7 and put it down onto the 4. The average, the mean, is 5 of 7, 4, and 4. Okay. All right, so let's look at the examples. Example A, Marie's 3 test scores in math are 81, 87, and 93. Find her average score. So you add the 3 together, which comes out to 261. And then since there are 3 scores, you divide it by 3. Okay, 261 divided by 3 is 87. Okay, so her average score in math is 87. Okay. In social studies, she has 5 grades, 84, 78, 92, 86, and 80, okay? Find her average score. So when you add them all together, it comes out to 420 divided by 5 is an 84, okay? So she got some C's in there. She got an A in there, but most of them were B's. And so the average, when you average it together, comes out to a B. All right, so you're going to be doing your practice on page 405 for today. For tomorrow, you're going to be doing dividing by multiples of 10. Okay, so when we did multiplication, we did multiplying by multiples of 10. Okay, so every time, however many zeros there are when you're multiplying, you would add another 0 to the answer. So now we're just doing it backwards, because remember, multiplication and division are inverse operations. So when you're multiplying, the answer is added zeros, but let's do it backwards. Let's see what I mean. Okay, I know what I mean in my head. Okay, so you know how I am. This says use the calculator. Use this calculator. Okay, so if we did, look at letter A, if we did 2 times 3 equals 6, okay, that's backwards of 6 divided by 3 equals 2, okay, then what times 3 would equal 60? 20, because you're just adding a 0 to each side, okay? So if 6 divided by 3 is 2, then 60 divided by 3 is 20. What about 60 divided by 30? Okay, well, 60 divided by 30, you have 2 zeros there that cancel each other out. So it comes out to 2. What about 600 divided by 30? Okay, it's going to be 20, because you're going to take off, the 2 last zeros of the 630 are going to cancel each other out. Okay, so let's look at B. Find each quotient without a calculator, just like we did the first ones. Then check your answers with a calculator, okay? 48 divided by 8 is 6. 480 divided by 8, 60, okay? What about 480 divided by 80? Remember, the two zeros cancel each other out. 6. 4,800 divided by 80. The two last zeros cancel each other out. So it would be 480 divided by 8, which would be 60. Okay, so let's look at letter C. It says, describe a rule that tells how to find the quotient. Okay, well, I just did it for you. I just did it for you while I was giving you examples, but the rule is cross out any zeros. Cross out any zeros that both the dividend and divisor have in common. Then divide. Then divide. That's a pretty messy handwriting. I'm not proud of myself. All right, so for instance, if I have 550 and I'm dividing it by 50, before I divide, I can cross out these zeros because they both have it in common. Okay, so 55 divided by 5, 11. So 550 divided by 50 is going to be 11. Okay, so if they both have zeros in common, like in the ones place, then you can cross them out and then divide. All right, so we'll talk a little bit more about this in our Zoom and make sure that you understood your divisibility rules from the last time, and I'll see you in a minute. Bye.